Hi guys, this is Rainy from RNY Garage and welcome to another episode or the second part of our self-maintenance here, the guide of self-maintenance. This is another video for Sundays with Rainy and thanks for popping in and following us. So let's go to continue the video from 2 weeks ago, which is a little bit late. You see, I grew already some beard. It's time to go for a haircut and so on. So we're a little bit behind, but let's pop into the video we did last week and continue with that with the self-maintenance. Have fun. Let's go inside the car or around the car and I will tell you more what else you can do. One of the simple, easy maintenance things is also a visual look of your car underneath. And it doesn't mean really that you need to crawl under it, but at least once a week, when you have your car parked outside, make sure it's on a concrete or a tile surface and not parked in the sand. But look underneath, is there some oil underneath your engine, underneath your transmission, underneath your transfer case, your rear axle or your front axle? And what kind of oil is it? Is it red? Is it yellow? Is it brown? Is it black? Is it or coolant fluid which runs out? So this can tell you a lot, and then it's easier for us to tell you when you call us, my car has some leaks there, to tell you guys, can you drive the car still safe to us in the garage, or should we pick it up? Is there a big puddle under the car and we should tow it, or can you drive it safely to the garage? But that is something, look weekly under your car and see, are there any spots? Is there anything leaking under my car? We all drive, most of us, include me, driving old cars, and they will always have their leaks. We have that joke in our Land Cruiser group, and someone asked lately, hey, how often did you actually do maintenance with oil, cleaning the things with oil, or that you have no rust underneath? And most of us say, you know what, our cars are actually self-lubricating underneath. They have always all kind of leaks and there is no rust. Yeah, but some of you guys have the cars in order and they are dry, and it will be very obvious if there is a spot underneath the car, and you pay attention to that. One thing, don't get nervous. Any car which has an air condition on, which has been just parked, will have this spot of water mostly near the passenger seat or under the dash, near the passenger seat underneath. That's a very normal thing. If this is not happening and you have no water underneath there while you use your air condition, check your passenger floor mat. If there's any leaks, if there's any water, if it's wet in your passenger side, on the right side of the car, because this is below the evaporator of the air condition system, and there's a hose going out of the cabin through the firewall and it trips exactly down there. That's condensation water. But if this hose came off or the rats took it, that happens, they were eating it, this condensation water will go inside your car and will stay in your floorboard and will rot away inside your floorboard. So check that. So basically that would be the side where your floorboard, where water would come down here somewhere underneath that system, the evaporator box, and it would be a wet floor and there's a leak on that pipe. In this case, everything is dry. One thing you can do also is checking regularly your windshield wiper rubbers, this rubbers. If you take with your finger just here on the corner and you can easily rip off a corner of that rubber, it means your windshield wipers are hard, they're porous, and they should be replaced. If you use old windshield wipers, first they will scratch a bad pattern on your windshield. They won't slide smoothly. They won't clean properly your windshield as well. After a while, it will make scratch marks on your windshield, and this can become very costly that you cannot repair that windshield anymore, that you have to replace it. Some windshields are cheap, $65, $80, whatever, but some windshields can be $300, $500 or $1,000 on newer cars. You don't want to have that scratches on. So check your windshield wipers from time to time, are they still any good? A very simple maintenance thing you can do once a week, once a month, is checking your tire pressure. Having a visual look around your car once a week and see, are the tire pressure still the same? Is one less, one more? Does your car toes to the left or to the right? Check your tire pressure from time to time. It is a very simple thing. Either you have yourself a compressor or you go to a place where they inflate them and put the right amount of pressure in. Usually the amount of PSI bar pressure on the tires, it's written on the inner side of the door or in your tank cap sometimes, or on the right side. So you will find that anytime, and there will be written front should be 29 PSI, 32 PSI, back should be 36 or 45, according to your load, according to your tire size. But check your tire pressure. It's very important for the wear and tear of your tire. If they are wrong inflated, they can have a bad wear, and you're basically ruin your tire in the half of their lifetime. So some cars, some newer models, or many newer models, have a TPMS. They have a tire pressure sensor in it, and they show you in your dash how much pressure is in the tires. So observe that sometimes and check which tires are wrong inflated, or too much, too little, or maybe even flat tire. But you will feel that very quickly. So check your tire pressure. A very simple maintenance on your car is your window seals. For your windshield, for your side windows, driver side, passenger side, especially if you have window lifters with a motor. We are using this spray. We buy it at Soria Mall. It's a car window lubricant, and we use this particular only for that application. It is a kind of silicone spray. We spray it into your guides here all the way down. We wipe out with the tissue, maybe a screwdriver in, and wipe out that dirt what sits in here. Yeah? Maybe up here it's not so important, but it is important down here on that guides. So basically that you get your windows nicely smooth up and down with the window lifter motor. And I can only recommend to do that on your seals from time to time, because I have that manual window lifters and I don't want to replace them with motors, but I can feel, depend on the season, how the rubbers, the guides are working. They expand, they shrink, depends on the heat, and I can feel how tight it is sometimes. And now imagine this, your window lifter motor do that. When they are older, it will basically burn out the motor if they are not cleaned. That saves you quite some cost, because there are 4 motors around and they are constantly used. So you can save quite a big buck on there. If you have a little bit a headache car, there are some cars, they are throwing all kinds of codes, which we will figure out here with our professional code reader. But if you have a car where sometimes an O2 sensor pops up because your catalytic converter doesn't work properly anymore and you have that engine check light on, you can do just by yourself a $12 dongle. You can connect it to your phone. It's a simple thing. I'm sure your kids can help you with connecting that. You're not so firm with the computer things and scanners and whatever. This goes in an OBD2 port, and you can basically put that in. And when your engine check light on a long travel suddenly comes up, at least you can look at your phone and you can check what code are you having in. Is it critical? Is it a misfire on some cylinders? Or is it just an oxygen sensor that pops up? Or it could be a speed sensor. It could be anything, transmission related, engine related. Sometimes just some luxury problems. We call them luxury fault codes, like window lifters not working or things like that. These things are cheap. They are on AliExpress, on eBay or whatever. They all do the same thing. They're reading out a code, and if you're not sure, you can call your garage and can say, I have code number P020-250 or whatever, this code, and we can tell you it's critical or not. So That is a preventive maintenance. Last but not least, for us, for the four-wheel drive guys, we are going in the bush, we have four-wheel drives. We want that four-wheel drive to work. But sometimes we go for weeks and months and not in the countryside. We don't use our four-wheel drive. So what you should do, at least once a month, use your four-wheel drive shift stick, if it's not with an actuator motor, but even then, with an actuator motor, and switch on the four-wheel drive high, four-wheel drive low, disengage it again. I will show you in the car what I'm talking about. Just as a preventive maintenance, move your shift lever, the four-wheel drive shift lever, once a month, just in high 4, neutral, low 4, and go back. Even if you don't drive that. We have it very often on the 80 series or 100 series. Owners don't use them, and suddenly they want to use them, and they are seized up in the linkage down there because they were never moved for the last 5 years. And that basically means for us, removing the center console, get into that system and unlock everything, basically loop it and take it apart and make it again that it moves. So once a month, move that stick. There's another thing for you guys when you have a window, a sunroof. I don't have one. My roof is sealed. I don't have a sunroof, but even if you don't like it, to open it because it's hot in Cambodia, but at least once a month, open that sunroof. Maybe also use the same silicone spray I showed you for the window lifter and clean that seals. Clean any dirt out there which is in there and close it again. Make sure it's clean and no dirt is in. So it prevents basically from rubber seals seizing up with metal and then they are breaking and it leaks in there and your sunroof is rusting, and it's a never-ending story and it's a very costly repair. So open it at least once a month, you're good to go. This is the video for this week for your preventive maintenance, for the things you can do yourself. I hope it helped you a bit to have a better overview over your car. And I'm happy that you're following us weekly. So please stay tuned for the next videos when we talk about brake fluid change, oil change, and so on. Be advised, we are still open for you guys, even if I do have my own projects, my own car, the Crown, the Land Cruiser 78 series. You will get an update soon what happened there, but we are still open for you for your regular maintenance, for your brake pads, for your suspension work, for your AC, for anything what is related to your car. So thanks for popping in and I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next week. Peace out.